Hello everyone, I'm Sailee Hingane and today I'm back with another video lecture for you. So before starting, please do follow us on WhatsApp and our Telegram groups for more such video lectures, free PDF notes, doubt sections, quizzes, etc. And do subscribe to our channel, that is Edufy India. So let's start with our today's topic. Our today's talk will be on biological classification. It will be a continuation of our chapter, that is it will be part 2. As you have already got introduced to what is biological classification, then 5 kingdom classification systems in our first part of this topic. So if you have missed, please do watch it on our channel. So let's start. So in this lecture we will be discussing about viruses, viroids, prions and lichens. The 5 kingdom system of classification do not include viruses, viroids, prions and lichens. So these organisms do not found place in that classification system and they were classified individually. Now starting about viruses. Viruses are not true living. They are non-cellular organisms which take over the machinery of host cell on entering it. Host cell means another organism in which viruses live and they get its nutrition to continue their life cycle from that organism. For example, if viruses enter our body, it causes illness and means it continues its life cycle within us. So we are hosts for viruses. As you have now broader idea what viruses can cause. So they become living. So in this case they become living, but as such they have inert crystalline structure and they appear non-living. So it is actually difficult to call them living or non-living. Now viruses means venom, that is poisonous fluid, and researcher Pasteur gave the term virus. And according to a researcher DJ Ivanovsky found out that certain microbes cause tobacco mosaic disease in tobacco plants. Then our next researcher, that is M.W. Bejernik, called extracts of infected plants of tobacco that could cause infection in healthy plants. So he called this fluid as Contagium vivum fluidum. Then V.M. Stanley showed viruses could be crystallized to form crystals of protein which are inert outside their specific host. And in addition to proteins, the viruses also has genetic material and that could be either DNA or RNA. Now further talking about structure of viruses. So the picture which you can see on your screen is of bacteriophages virus, means it is a bacterial virus, the virus that can affect bacteria. It is a nucleoprotein and it is made up of a protein coat called capsid, the head region which you can see. Capsid is made of capsomers arranged in helical or polyhedral geometric forms. And they have either DNA or RNA as genetic material and which may be single or double stranded. Usually plant viruses have single stranded DNA, but bacteriophages have double stranded DNA, and animal viruses have single or double stranded RNA or double stranded DNA. Furthermore, this bacteriophage have tail sheath, that is an external contractile envelope wrapping the tail tube in viruses. And in addition, the tail is an often elaborate protein structure. It aids, its role is to help the virus in binding to the surface of the host cell and in the introduction of virus genetic material into the host cell. This was about structure of bacteriophages virus. So this is our example of tobacco mosaic virus TMV. So picture we can see that gives you idea about its dimensions, and it has single stranded RNA as genetic material and helical capsid protein, and the picture of leaf is tobacco leaf which is infected by this TMV. So this is how this virus infects tobacco plants, and these leaves are usually very bitter to taste. Now talking about viroids. Viroids were discovered by T.O. Diner, an infectious agent, and they were found to be free RNA, that is they lack protein coat is found in viruses, and hence they are named as viroid because they lack protein coat. So our next group is prions. Prions are a type of protein that can cause disease in animals as well as in humans by triggering normal healthy proteins in the brain to fold abnormally. So the prion mode of action is very different to bacteria and viruses, as they are simply proteins devoid of any genetic material. Once a misfolded prion enters a healthy person, potentially by eating infected food, it converts correctly folded proteins into the disease associated form, and they are smaller in size to viruses. So diseases that is caused by this prions are bovine spongiform encephalopathy, BSE. This disease is commonly called as mad cow disease in cattle, and its analogous variant. Analogous variant means those features or characteristics with similar functions which have developed independently in unrelated taxonomic groups, and it responds to a similar way of life. In short, analogous variants means they have similarity in their functions. So this analogous variance causes disease called as CR-Jacob disease, CJD, in humans. So this was about prions. Now our last group of discussion is lichens. These are symbiotic association, that is mutually useful association between algal component, that is phycobiont, and fungal component, that is mycobiont. So in these lichens, algae provides food for fungi, and fungi provides shelter and absorb nutrients and water for its partner, that is algae, and this is how they live in association with one another. So the association between this algae and fungi is called as lichens. They have such a close association with one another that if anyone saw a lichen, we could never imagine that actually two different organisms live within them. And they are also known as a very good pollution indicators, as they do not grow in polluted water. So it is lichens can be very helpful for indicating pollution. So this was all about our today's topic of discussion. So now I have a exercise for you depending upon our today's lecture. Our first question is genes of tobacco mosaic virus are A. double stranded RNA, B. single stranded RNA, C. double stranded DNA, D. proteinaceous. And our next question is T.O. Diner discovered A. bacteriophage, B. infectious protein, C. free infectious DNA, and D. free infectious RNA. So please do comment your answers in our comment box, and I'm sure if you watch this video you will get the answers to these questions. And for more such video lectures, notes, quizzes, doubt sections, please do follow us and subscribe us to our channel, that is Edufy India. Thank you for your attention.